Hello YouTubers and welcome to Novus Talks with me, your host Novus Corvius. And weirdly enough, as you can tell by the title of this video, and you might have seen in a few articles going around recently, we have confirmation that the 10th Saw movie is in development, or is at least in pre-production. This comes from productionweekly.com, which lists new films and TV shows and stuff that are up and coming and due to release soon. This website is where we found out the title for the new Transformers movie, and it's a pretty reliable source because it's filled with official information. The articles, however, are reporting this as if this listing is new. I personally checked and Saw 10 was listed way back in October of 2020. But nonetheless, it is credible and it is a real thing. So let's get into it. What does this all mean for Saw and for Spiral? It is interesting to see that this came out around the time Spiral would have come out. Spiral was going to be a Halloween release, then it got pushed back to May because of the release of Halloween Kills, and then it got pushed to May of next year, or this year rather, and it's coming out a month from now. So it is interesting that they've begun production on a 10th Saw movie, and I think I know the reason why. I think because of the current situation in the world, because of the way the movie industry is, and not a lot of cinemas are open, I think they might be making a 10th Saw movie just so they can make the budget back from Spiral. Because we're seeing with movies and they're not able to be shown in a lot of places, especially not in places where they can charge money and people will pay to see the film. So I feel like with Spiral and probably with other movies coming out, to make their full budget back, they essentially have to make 2 whole movies. That is just my theory. I could be completely ass wrong about that, and I probably am, but that is the first thing that came to mind when I heard that information. And obviously, that aside, where does that leave the film in terms of actual story and scope? Obviously, Spiral from the Book of Saw is not out yet, so we don't know what happened there, where that story is leading. But from what we've heard before, it seems like Spiral is meant to be more of a spin-off, and I get the impression Saw 10 would be a sequel to Jigsaw. I don't really think so. I think it will be a big Saw film like that, but I don't think it will necessarily follow that story because Jigsaw was disorientated from Saw the Final Chapter, and Spiral is disorganized from Jigsaw, so I feel like the next film is just going to be disjointed as well, and it's going to be its own thing, and maybe that's where they try and put a story forward. It's possible. Obviously, they have material for a 10th film. You could argue they have material for like 2 or 3 more movies because you have characters like Dr. Gordon who are still around. Logan from Jigsaw is still around, and whatever happens in Spiral could also set up its own story. So they have plenty of material to work with. Now, whether they make it all an interconnected story like they did before is completely up in the air. I don't think we're going back to that, but I don't know, it is too early to tell, but it is interesting to see that they're rushing into development of a 10th Saw movie when they don't even know if this one is going to do well. The general audience is sick of this franchise. They think it's gone on for too long. They thought Jigsaw was unnecessary. Imagine how they're going to feel when Spiral comes out. So it's interesting that Darren and Bousman and everyone at Lionsgate who's planning this movie is, I guess, confident that the audience will be welcoming of a 10th movie and whatever story they come up with. It's interesting to see. Again, we don't really have like anything to say on it. We just have confirmation that this is a thing they're talking about. It might not even happen. Spiral could come out and the movie fails and maybe we never hear from Saw 10 again. That is obviously 100% a possibility. But as of right now, it seems like they're moving ahead with the idea. Now, that was in pre-production in October, so imagine how far they've gotten ahead since. Yeah, that is the only news we have so far on Saw 10. I just decided to do this video just as a way to give something to the people who subscribe to my channel for Saw content. I apologize, I know I haven't had anything for you guys recently. I did that trailer reaction recently, that was not much of a reaction, and I apologize for being so disappointed in that, but other than that, it was like 3 months since I last did a video. Blame it on Lionsgate, they're not giving me much to work with here, so I do apologize, but if there's anyone still here who was subscribed for Saw content in the beginning, thank you for staying along, and don't worry, we'll do plenty more discussions when news and stuff comes out. When Spiral comes out, I'll do a review. When we hear stuff about the next movie, I'll obviously talk about that. But don't expect me to be able to talk about Spiral immediately. I'm not someone who would easily watch a movie on a streaming service or anything like that. I want the theatrical experience. So it'll probably be like several months. It'll probably be well into the summer before I even get to watch this movie, if even. So do expect it to be a while before I can actually view the movie and give my thoughts and feelings on that. But it's a shame cinemas aren't open here. I was really looking forward to seeing that and Godzilla vs. Kong on the big screen, but we have to wait till places open first before I can do that. So oh well, I can wait at least. But yeah, those are just my thoughts, and that's just a quick update on the situation with Saw. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. How do you feel about a 10th Saw movie? Are you ready for it? Are you excited for Spiral? Where do you think the story is going to go? Will Saw 10 continue from Spiral? Will Spiral continue from Jigsaw? Any theories you have? I want to hear everything you have to say down in the comment section below. And yeah, with that all said, thank you all for watching and please subscribe. Novus Corves out.